Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys very much for taking time out to check it out. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button because I would appreciate that as well, and it would help the channel out a great deal. So thank you guys, and happy holidays to all that celebrate and things like that. It's a really good time of year. I've been enjoying. A lot of you have been asking me on Xbox Live because you see me playing Dead Rising 4 if I'm enjoying it. Yes, I'm enjoying it. So far so good. I'll definitely do a review on it when I finish it up. Okay, so usually I'm sticking to like a lot of gaming related topics and hardware topics, game topics, industry topics. This is more of a fan kind of topic, right? And so a lot of you guys might not know this, but basically, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there's no neutral gamers, right? The neutral gamers, or the ones that claim they're neutral, are some of the biggest fanboys, because at least when you have fanboys like me, they admit it, you know what I mean? I never claim to be neutral. I'm pro Xbox. I prefer Xbox. You know, even some of those crazy PlayStation fanboys, they at least admit it. I think the worst of the worst is the quote-unquote neutrals, the ones that claim that they're, you know, just they like to game, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying, just in my opinion, I don't think it's possible to be not a fan of one slightly more than the other, you know, talking just Xbox and PlayStation here. You know, you're always going to have a preference. You know, if you know, back in the past, like on the 360, if you had a preference for shooters, you were an Xbox fan. You know, that was your preference. If you had a preference for some kind of like offline single player game, then you were probably more of a PlayStation person. You know, that's just the way it goes. But with the launch of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, there was a line drawn. If you were either PlayStation or you were shit. Basically, you were scum, you were terrible, you were awful, right? That's basically how it went. Now that Microsoft has managed to completely turn everything around, new team running the division, Xbox One S, Scorpio on the way, a lot of great games, really kind of giving every gamer what they want. You know, the backwards compatibility titles, over 300 now, more online networks for Xbox Live, EA Access. They're giving us everything we want. You know, we're even getting the new AAA IP. That now we're not buying it, but at least we get the option and we get the choice to buy them. You know, it's up to us as gamers and as the Xbox fan base to actually kind of make that leap and actually jump and buy these games. But we still do, okay? So we had where the Xbox fans were kind of like, you know, some of the hardcore Xbox fans I saw went middle road, and they went kind of neutral just to avoid getting harassment and things like that for being an Xbox fan. Not me. I was always just like pro Xbox since day one. I love what they showed in 2013. They had the better games lineup. They had more of what I wanted as a gamer, and so I went with that. But here's the problem, right? Microsoft and the Xbox One wins 4 NPDs in a row since the launch of the Xbox One S, and then you start to see more and more people start to become Xbox fans, right? And then the millisecond that they lose November NPD, which by the way, we've heard now was only by 100,000. 100,000. Microsoft sold 1 million Xbox Ones, and Sony sold 1.1 million PS4s. Now think about that. The month that the PS4 Pro launched, and they only managed to outsell the Xbox One by 100,000 in November. That, in my book, is a win for Microsoft. Every day of the week, every damn day of the week. And so now you have the neutrals really kind of showing their face. You know, they're the ones that are out there celebrating this NPD win. Why is it that only the neutrals, how come they only celebrate the PlayStation 4 NPD wins? You never see them out there celebrating the Xbox wins, only the PS4 ones. Why? Because they're using that neutral bullshit as a guise. You know what I mean? You see some of these neutrals trying to get in good with the Xbox executives and things like that. Look, we know you're not neutral. You're PlayStation fans. We get it, right? You're trying to kiss ass. You're trying to get in good. You're trying to get your interviews. You're trying to do that. You're spreading bullshit about myself and other, you know, pro Xbox people. You're calling us cancer. You're calling us this. You're calling us that. But at the end of the day, you guys are worse than all of us because we at least come out and say what we are. You guys are the one that are pretending to be neutral while waving that damn PlayStation 4 flag, and we know it. We know it. You guys are what's wrong with gaming, not us. You know, so at the end of the day, you guys, I would say for the Xbox fans, watch out for the neutrals, because anybody that only celebrates the PlayStation side of things, they're obviously not neutral. That's just some kind of bullshit that they invented to try and make themselves feel better about being fanboys. You know, at least, hey, I can admit it. I prefer Xbox. Xbox is better. I prefer it. Lots of people do. I have no problem with that. At least come out and admit it. This whole neutral nonsense is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? And you guys know it. And my buddy Dre over there from Inner Circle posted a video or an article similar to this, and I'm going to link it in the description. You guys read it. It makes a ton of sense, and you'll maybe understand a little bit more what I'm talking about. But let me know what you guys think. You know, I think you got to pick a side. This neutral bullshit doesn't work. Sound off, comment, rate, subscribe. Rack 'em up. Crappy out.